So these here are the new Teltronic Soundliberty 94s. They're some ANC in-ear earbuds. Now they have a runtime of up to 5 hours with the active noise cancelling on, which is up to 35 decibels is their claim. And to my ears, it actually does seem to work a little bit better than some of the other in-ears I have been listening to. And with that ANC off, you get a runtime within 8 hours, a additional 4 charges from the case. So in this review, I'm going to cover them in depth. We'll take a look at the case, the design and build of these here, their features. I'll talk a little bit about wearing them, the comfort, the active noise cancellation, and even a microphone sample. So in the box, you'll find our Type-C to USB cable. It's a rather short one. You just use your phone charger to charge this, and it will take about 2 hours to fully charge these particular earbuds here. So we've got a quick start guide, user guide, which is a little bit more in depth. We've got 2 large tips and then 2 small tips. And this right here, the little red card, this is just a warranty card to tell us that we've got 18 months warranty with this particular set of earbuds. So the Soundliberty 94s inside the case, they do weigh about 50 grams as you can see, and the earbuds themselves around 4 to 5 grams each. So the case design is good. It's not the slimmest out there, but we do have status LEDs here at the front, which I do like. So this lets us know the remaining battery life within this case. So you can see that each one of these will represent 25%. Right along the back here, we've got the Type-C port there for charging these, and it's, as mentioned, about 2 hours to fully charge these. The earbuds themselves take about an hour and a half. So opening this up, there is a magnet that keeps this closed. It doesn't rattle around. And in the very top of the case here, it's a little hard to see, but right here, there's actually rubber, and that rubber presses up against the earbuds. So there's no way that these are going to rattle, shake around or anything or be annoying there. So when you pull them out, if you already paired them up to a phone, then they take about 3 seconds to pair up. And you can see the pogo port pins there, the charging connectors, and they connect up there. And it's pulled into place with magnets that hold them in there nice and snug. So overall, the case design I do like, and it is high quality. The plastics they have used, there's no sharp edges, nothing like that at all. So very good case. So the size of these ones is a little bit larger than some of the other TWS earbuds I've been looking at, but this does house a 9.2 millimeter driver inside here, and the tips, silicon tips on the end. For me, the mediums give me a perfect fit, no problems there with it. So we have capacitive touch buttons on these. There is a status LED you can see flashing away right here. We've got one of 2 microphones, so each have 2 of them. One is handling the forward-facing noise for our noise cancellation. There's an inner one as well handling the inner kind of noise too to combat that. And capacitive touch controls on this. So unfortunately, it's not a click-in style hardware button, but it is the hit and miss, really. Tap to control the touch controls, and I find it works a good 8 times out of 10, so you definitely find yourself repeating. But overall, good plastics used here. There's no sharp edges, and overall a nice build quality. And as I showed you before, they're only about 5 grams, so they are very, very lightweight and comfortable to wear for long extended periods. So just how do these ones sound out of the box? They are excellent to my ears. So the default tune, so using just a complete flat equalizer, you will notice that they have, yes, increased the lows a little. Now, most brands do this, but they haven't overdone it. It is good because I don't find it to be overpowering. Now, the mids do sound excellent. Soundstage is also very good, and our stereo separation. We also have some decent crisp highs with these. Now, the bass, I wanted to point out that pushing higher volumes, it has a nice high volume level, and the bass is not affecting the mids. It's not distorting. So overall, I think they've done an excellent job with the tune just out of the box. But of course, use your favorite equalizer in your favorite app. This one here is Power App to go and adjust that, of course, to your own preference there of what you like. But overall, I think big bass lovers, people that listen to rock music, all sorts of genres, are going to really like these ones. They sound great. So with this particular phone here that I'm using, the audio sync, so I'm talking about the video and then the latency between the audio, is it matching the video? Does the sound go with people's mouths? With this particular phone here, which is my Redmi K30 Zoom, it has no problems at all with the sync, and that is great. So I'm not seeing it out of sync here. Now, bear in mind that some other mobile phones handle Bluetooth data a little differently. Sometimes it is not prioritized as well as this phone, so you may see a little bit of lag, but at least with my phones I'm testing out here with the Snapdragon 865, I'm not seeing any noticeable audio lag here, which is great for Netflix and Amazon Prime Video.
What you're listening to now is a microphone sample using these particular Bluetooth TWS earbuds connected up and recorded straight from them. And what do you think of this quality here? Let me know in the comments. I think at times it sounds a little bit muffled.
So let's talk a little bit about now the comfort of wearing these. Do I have any problems with disconnections and the active noise cancellation? So getting them out of the case, very easy. They only take a few seconds to pair up. You place them in your ears. You then give them a little bit of a twist. And here they sit in there nicely, and I have absolutely no problem with them. So when you start using them with the active noise cancellation, that if you've got no sound playing, you can constantly hear this light hissing noise. Now that is normal for the active noise cancellation. That is how it's combating the ambient sounds around. So straight away when I turn this on, if I've got a fan running or air conditioning unit, it straight away blocks that out almost completely, that I cannot hear it. Now I played some test ambient tracks. That was light traffic, cabins from inside aircraft, and they do a very good job at that. Now where it doesn't do so well, I found, was just people talking. So if I've got someone talking in the background, it will cut that down. We've got up to 35 decibels of ambient noise cancellation. But these actually do work a lot better than the other pairs that I've been testing out in the channel. For example, the all keys. The all keys I do like a lot, but the active noise cancellation in these ones is actually a step, I feel, above them and a little bit better. And the recent ones I looked at, for example, the Flybuds, from Tribit, those ones with the noise cancellation are not as good as these. So these so far for the price tag happen to be one of the better ones. So we've got the pass-through feature. So enabling that with this Air, you have to tap or double tap and hold. It does come on then, and it gives you almost like hearing aid kind of performance. So it's taking that sound from outside and then amplifying it slightly and delivering it through with your music. So that is great for if you, of course, need to hear announcements. You need to hear which platform the train is going to be on, whatever. You're going to be able to hear that with it on. So that's good. So it gets a big thumbs up for the ambient noise cancellation for me. Now the touch controls of these ones are a little different than other ones that I have checked out. So there are volume controls. It's a simple tap. And to skip and to go to the previous track or the next track is a triple tap. Now because it's touch control, capacitive, okay, so not a physical click in button, I do find that often I have to repeat it, and sometimes just a single tap is not detected for the volume up and I have to do it again. You get a confirmation beep. That means that, of course, the system, the earbuds, they do know that you've touched it, and which is handy, but often I'm there, okay, I have to repeat it, or the next track I have to double tap, or I have to double tap again. And that's just one of the things that I find with actually all of the TWS tech when using the touch controls. It's a bit hit and miss. I would say it works about 9 to 8 times out of 10, so there's always going to be that time that it doesn't. Now I haven't had any issues with disconnections at all with these, which is great, and I can wear them for hours on end without getting too much pressure build up here with the medium silicone tips for me. They offer a bit of a passive seal as well. So that is very good there. So it's not really causing me any fatigue. Maybe after about 3 hours wearing though, I notice that, okay, a little bit of heat build up, it's getting a little, but that's kind of normal there. So the other thing to talk about is, of course, the sound quality. That these ones, I think they are tuned great. They are fantastic. So Teltronics didn't go overboard with the bass. They boost the bass up a little. I'm talking about the default out of the box tune here, by the way. And it's not enough that it's going to be overpowering bass. It's not affecting the mids. There's no distortion. There's no clipping, which is good. And then the mids are very clean. They're nice. They're crisp. Vocals as well do come through great. And the highs are crisp there. Most of the time with the highs, I often find that a lot of brands just don't seem to focus too much on the highs. They focus more on the bass and the mids, but these are very, very balanced to my ears. Soundstage is also excellent. It seems to be where you would expect the instruments to be. It's not off to one side. It's not too close. A stereo separation also there is great. So they do sound really, really good to my ears, these ones. And for the price tag, I'm more than happy of how they sound. So what about the cons of these? The microphone quality from that sample I gave you, I hope that Teltronics can work on that mic quality to make it a little clearer. To me, at times it sounds a little bit muffled. Touch controls, as I mentioned, and then battery runtime. So with ANC on, the battery life is about 5 hours as their claim. I'm getting about 4.5, which is okay considering it does have the active noise cancellation. I'd like to see a little bit longer. Now, of course, if you don't need the active noise cancellation, you simply just disable it. You turn it off. It will tell you ANC off, and then you get up to 8 hours. In fact, I got over 8 hours. So the runtime then is adequate, it's acceptable, and you do get an additional 4 charges from the case. So overall, I think these are great. It's just that microphone quality is the biggest letdown there, and that is really about it so far. And I can definitely recommend these ones right here. So thank you so much for watching this review of the Teltronics Soundliberty 94s.